leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
Alright, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is June 11, 2022, and these are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. So, let me do the disclaimer before I forget. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law just yet. Notice she doesn't have to do a disclaimer. I have to do a disclaimer. Apply the but-for standard. But for Mr. Perry's stalking, I wouldn't have to document it, would I? It is for a criminal case against him. We're building one. We have been for a long time. His is a lot more extensive than just stalking, and there's a lot more people involved, and it's international. So it's taking fucking forever. Believe me, I wish it was fucking over. But he thinks we're gonna play, when he's recorded and shit, and then I quote him verbatim. Here's how that works: the police get it from him and his people, anybody working with him, and then they get that from him, and that I have no idea how the hell that works. I don't even care. It's really none of my business. It's nobody's business. They got it. They don't need my help. And then they tell it to me if it pertains to me. There's a whole lot more that they get that doesn't have anything to do with me. I only get what pertains to me. If there's other criminal activity going on and there's other victims going on, and we know there's other victims, I know there's other victims. Whatever happens on with the other victims, unless I'm able to, if I'm able to stop something, of course I'll know about it. But so far, if we get it, unfortunately we didn't get that with Lucky and Mike, or when Mr. Perry threw a brick at me, had somebody throw a brick at me on the freeway. If I'd known about that beforehand, I would have gone a different route. But it's, there's humans involved, so we get about 98% of it, which is fucking a lot, actually, when you think about it. But if there's other criminal activity Mr. Perry's doing, doesn't mean they don't know about it. It means they don't tell me about it. Doesn't mean they're not getting evidence of it. Doesn't mean they're not collecting, getting ready. That's part of your case. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that, sir. There's not a love life here. You're no different than watching, John Hinckley Jr. Watching Jodie Foster pretending. I mean, it's that ridiculous. I haven't seen you since January 2013. I don't like you. I don't like anything about you. Watching TV is not a date. Watching me in the privacy of my home, violating me against my will, sure as shit is not a date. It is a crime. Violating me in the privacy of my home. You don't have my consent. I've said that. I have moved twice to get away from you. I have sued you 3 times. You buying a judge doesn't change my intent and what I want. And in this country, if you force yourself on a woman against her will, it's called rape. It's called rape. It's called stalking. It's called harassing. I mean, this guy is making her feel raped. I promise. It feels like rape. Being watched in the privacy of your house, sure shit does. You don't have my consent. I have asked you over and over and over not to do that, to cut it the hell out. So, how you think that we're a couple, I don't even know. Nobody even understands that. Nobody knows why the fuck you think that. In fact, I think more people now don't believe that. They don't believe you even think that. You seem to like to threaten me or entice me, and our shrink has testified to that. And when they're going in to get an investigatory order of some sort, she regularly updates the judge on a number of things. One of them is your deteriorating mind, and inability to identify your legislative duties and what state you legislate in, your inability to tell the difference between fact and fiction. You have a pretend world, then you can't any longer tell the difference between what's real and what's you've imagined. I'm not in love with you. I'm not. I don't want anything to do with you. You're no different to me than he is to her. Neil here is to Bori, whatever her name is. Laura, I'm going to call her Lo. I think she's referred to herself as Lo, but she said she doesn't use her real name, so for safety purposes, I would hope not. But this guy's going where she is. You know where my car is. My guys tell me he's talking about getting your car towed right now, 11:39 p.m. tonight. So, but for you doing that, you've already tried to wreck it 5 times in 3 years. You've wrecked my car. You get a key from the dealer of every car I own. Everybody knows it. This is not a secret. It's been said over and over and over and over. He threatens her and entices her and threatens her and entices her. But actually, it's only what he thinks is enticement. It has nothing to do with what she thinks is enticing. Being in a relationship with him is not something she wants. So when he uses that, we're a couple. Oh, we'll be together. That's not enticement for her. He thinks it is, but it's not. She doesn't like him. I've moved twice to get away from you. I've sued you 3 times. I've kicked and screamed and yelled and hollered. Get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, stay away from me, go away, leave me alone, for 12 years. So why you're confused, I mean, I don't even know, no one knows what to think about that. We think you're really not. We think you think you're enticing, that you have something to offer. What that is, I don't know. A dungeon? I mean, come on. I don't think anybody believes at this point that even you think there's any possibility of a romance. This is not about a romance. This is about, I caught your crime. No one else knew what you were doing when you're traveling and, when you sneak off. And I knew because I was one of the victims. My job, I had a job when I moved to Lubbock, get you elected so the police could get to you. And that was it. You turned this into something else altogether different. It's turned out to be, as far as crime fighting goes, a blessing in disguise. I've gotten more evidence against you to prove that you're a criminal, the criminal I say you are, than anybody else you know. Now, I have a lot of help. Fabian Puzzle, Charles, I can't get that to myself in jail when you had me illegally incarcerated. Okay? And you threatened me with that again today. I'm going to have you arrested today. Are you? There's about 20 different things you've tried to do that with. None of it worked out. Because you're committing fraud. It's you making something up. You're trying to plant something. You're doing a frame up. You're lying. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. You're trying to do me in because I caught your crime. And that's all this is. That's all this is about. It's about nothing else. There's not a romance there. Even you don't think that. I don't think anybody believes at this point that even you think that. So, now this guy's a whack job. He's if you think there's a romance there, then you're just like this guy right here. You're just John Hinckley Jr. peeping. You're just a peeping Tom who can't get a real life and go out and do shit normal people do. You try to starve me into a lie, and you did it again today, and everybody got pissed off, and so we got more. Now we know you were just called on the phone trying to get somebody to tow my car just now. And you've been trying to get my car for years. What do you think that's going to do? Make me lie for you? Do you think I'm going to cry? Oh, please. Okay, I'll lie for you now. Are you trying to coerce and intimidate me into a lie by taking my car? You just did it with my house. What happened? What happened? We started getting your code words because everybody got mad. Can't believe he did that to her. Who the fuck does that shit to people? That's what we hear. We hear it all the time. If we know what you say, well, we got our ear to the ground in a lot of places. A lot of people don't like you. Most people don't like you. They think you're hideous. So you're the one committing the crime. You're the one coming where I am. I don't go where you are. You don't mean a fucking thing to me. You're just a job. I don't have to go to the job. You come to me. You won't leave. Doesn't get any better when the bad guy comes right to you and you won't fucking leave. So, I mean, how are you not just dying with him? I mean, I'd die with embarrassment if I were you. It's just pathetic. You are absolutely pathetic. You embarrass the hell out of me. I wouldn't walk in a room with you for millions. I mean, this has just gone on and on and on. And even people in Lubbock are sick and tired of you doing this to me in Oklahoma. I don't go where you are. All this shit's not happening over in Texas where you live. It's happening in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So this guy goes where she is. See?
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't.
All right, so there's that. Now, is she the bad guy or is he? He's the bad guy. She's trying to get him to leave her alone. She's not going to him and pestering him and bothering him, is she? She's minding her own business, walking through the street. He's going where she is and just harassing and harassing and harassing and harassing like you do to me. I'm going to false arrest you. I'm going to frame you for a murder. I'm going to frame you for drug trafficking. I'm going to try to get you on a jewelry scam. I'm going to have my friend give you jewelry and we'll say it's stolen. I'm going to take your money. I'm going to hack you. Boy, here's the thing. You've done it so much. I don't go where you are. You're going where I am. I've already said these things over and over and over, Mr. Perry. This is not new news. We don't have Alzheimer's. A lot of people don't have it. You clearly have Alzheimer's because we got to say the same thing to you over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You've already been caught on that. 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 And you act like you have no idea what we're saying or what's happening. All you care about is who told on you. That's no remorse at all. You are as callous, cold, calculated as they come. Just scumbag of the earth. We're all tired of it. Listen, we're all sick of it. Everybody's sick of me being broke. Everybody's sick of Mike being in jail. Everybody's sick and tired of you peeping and poking and bothering and invading my privacy and hacking me and causing one problem after another, taking up all kinds of my time that I could be doing anything else, like making money. Having to deal with your threats, having to deal with your harassment, when you jam things up and what should take 5 minutes takes hours, because I got to wait till you're done fucking with my app or something, and get it to work right, to do what I need it to do, or my computer, or whatever it is you're in the mood for on any given day. What are you getting out of this? Nobody's holding your hand. You're all by yourself for 12 years. You have been sued for the first time by one of your victims. You bought a judge. Everybody's pissed. People got really upset with you when you did that. I wasn't in court. You made sure I wasn't in court. You got a lot of ex parte, secret little backroom deal hearings. I wasn't there to make my case. It was my lawsuit. The plaintiff is supposed to be there to show their case. I'm the one. The burden of proof is on me. I'm making an allegation. I got to be there to show I have a case. And you made sure I wasn't. I wasn't even in the courtroom. Judge didn't hear anything from me at all. Okay, that pissed people off because it looks like you were corrupt and unfair. And most people, Charles, don't like corrupt and unfair. They don't like it. They hate it. It's disgusting. We live in a civilized society where we have rights and we have laws. And those laws are protect us from loss. And you continually, day after day after day after day, you cause loss. And everybody hates you for it. Why wouldn't they? Do you see people get up and cheer for the gun? These guys that go around with guns and shoot a bunch of people everywhere, spree killers and shit. Do you see people cheer for Bin Laden in America? They didn't. When he blew two planes through our buildings and the Pentagon, and they crashed one in Pennsylvania. Who's the heroes there? The people that crashed the plane in Pennsylvania, because that was supposed to hit like the White House or something. The heroes are those who save lives and give, not who take and cause loss. You are the villain, and everybody hates you as much as they hate Bin Laden and Hitler and all the bad guys. They think they're going to get away with something. This time you're not getting away with it, and you act like you don't know that. Why you're asking me, who told on you? How did she find out? How'd she know about that? Who talks like that? I'm on played recordings, and I don't know who it is. They don't sound... There's things that we do. It's very intentional. It's very methodic, and it's very strategic. And we're not going to explain it to you. We don't have to. When you're in jail, and you got your trial and all that crap, then you can deal with it then. Right now, I don't know you shit. We're not going to give away secrets of how and why and what and when we do shit. It's working. Perry types in my phone. You made everybody mad. Well, here's the thing. Your crowd is the weirdo criminal crowd. We're not trying to make you happy. We're trying to make everybody happy who's suffering because you caused a loss. We're trying to make everybody happy who's in law enforcement and isn't going to be your bitch. They have bigger aspirations. They're good at what they do. We're trying to make those people happy. So for us to make you mad is a pat on the back for us. Good. Then we're right. We got it right. That means we got this. This is probably good intel if he's mad. Probably good intel. Sometimes we're not sure. At first, we're going to make sure. People say stuff. People have said a lot of things. Especially speculating things about me and who's helping me and how that's all working. I mean, I've heard some stuff. Now, I think it's this and I think it's that. And we're just kind of going, wow. That's funny. A lot of speculation. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's a fact. So these things are proven out by what you do if it's regarding you and your intent to commit a crime against me. So but for you doing all that, I wouldn't do these. So there's two things we're accomplishing with this, Mr. Perry. One is it protects me, one would hope. Because we know. Most people, if they know they're caught, they stop. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you'll do it anyway. And then we're going, well, I told you so. I did say. I think I told y'all already about 100 times. He's trying to do this XYZ illegal thing to me again. The other reason is, in your criminal case, we can establish that you intended to commit a crime. You knew it was a crime. It was malicious. You intended to cause an injury and a loss to me. You did it on purpose. You knew you were caught and you did it anyway. Here's the thing. It's bad when you want to do a premeditated criminal act to cause loss to another person. There are laws to protect us from that. You act like you have no fucking idea what I'm saying. And then you got it's bad enough when you premeditate something and you do it. I'm gonna rob the bank at Bank of America on Tuesday at 9 on XYZ Street, and you plan it and you go and you kind of scope it out and you kind of talk to the security guard and see how sharp he is, and you kind of look around and you see what tellers are kind of acting lazy, like that'd probably be the I don't know what all they go through, what all they think through, but if it were me and I was gonna rob a bank, I'd pick the laziest fucking teller there. I'd go at her. I would go to the one that was working hard and sharp and she's on her toes, and I'm gonna go to the ones that acts like she's half asleep. So I mean, I'm just saying, somebody can sit down and like plan a crime, and then and if they don't do it, it's not a crime, just planning it. If they decide not to do it, then there's no crime. If they get caught planning it, and the neighbor sees it through the window or whatever, and goes and tells the police, really, the police can then maybe stake out that Bank of America if they have a date and a time and see if the guy shows up. But if the guy didn't show up, there's no crime, is there? Nope. So he's got to actually do it. So you guys plan it, and you know that we got it. You know we have. You guys recorded planning it, and we're not going to use that for party entertainment, by the way. That's not what that's for. It's to get a conviction. So you're in jail, and you can't hurt people anymore. No more threats to my car. No more, I won't be broke ever again. No more violating me in the privacy of my home. No more violating me in my home, in my computer, my phone. You're gone. You're done. It's gone. It's over. No more harassing my family. And they have to call you and go, she texted me. Can I get back to her? What do you want me to say? No more of that. We're having a lot of complaints about that. So if I were you, I'd cut that the fuck out. Butt out. It doesn't concern you. I never would have brought you around my family. I don't know who the hell you people think you are. It is unbelievable. I don't know what to say. Nobody's done what we've done, and you act like you don't know what I'm saying right now. You act like you have no idea. Like you can't tell. You're in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, it is. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. If you have to use the words, we're seeing things we've not seen before. Never before. Those two words right there should be a little clue. You have a new normal. You better get a grip on reality. Things have changed. Things are not the same anymore. It's all different now. So you gotta pivot. Part of that pivot might mean leave me the fuck alone and my family too. Shut up and get out. Shut up and get away from me. I don't want anything to do with you guys. As far as I go, we got a pile of it on all of you. We can pile you and pile you and pile you. There's not going to be any deal offers. There's not going to be any. Don't need to. We got piles of it. As far as what you've done to me. What they have on your other victims and other people you've hurt and other people you've caused loss to, I don't know. That's not my business. I don't get involved in that. So just because you get caught when you do it to me. It's cause and effect. Mr. Robertson, are you dumb? I thought you were the smart one. I really did. I think we were wrong. The McNamara email, Mr. Robertson, was in 2015, sir. Do you know how to add and subtract? That was 7 years ago. You guys have been caught every fucking day. Do you realize that? Do you make the note of it like we make a note of it? You probably should. I think I even got my OneNote out one day, and I was like, here's what you should do. Since you're stupid, I'm going to help you. We say it once. You guys have the same damn conversation 50,000 zillion times. What you should do, David, is when you plan to take my car and we catch it before you do it, make it a little, put it in a note, in OneNote. They got little sections. You can do, here's the car, here's our home, here's our income, here's all the things that we are a threat to, safety and our well-being. We might kill her. We might haul or go grab her up and take her across the border and sex traffic her. I mean, we've heard all kinds of things you guys have talked about doing. That's why, I mean, do you understand how many people were commenting on why did he take her birth certificate and her social security card and he's trying to take her driver's license and he doesn't need those documents. There is one reason he could want those documents. He's going to sex traffic that girl because otherwise he doesn't need those documents. What does Charles Perry want her documents like that for? She have nothing to do with you. Nothing. We are not friends. I haven't seen you since January 2013, and I have done all I can do, sir, to not see you, not hear what you think, not be subjected to your crime. Everything I could do. You don't move twice. Go through all the trouble of moving twice to get away from someone if you like them. You don't do it. You don't sue them 3 times if you want to have a relationship with them of any kind, whether it be business, personal. I don't want one with you. I don't want one with you. That's the purpose of suing you, to make sure you understood very, very, very clearly. I don't like you. I don't want any kind of relationship with you of any kind. Not friendship, nothing. You're just a peeping Tom, and that's it. You're no different than John Hinckley Jr. watching Jodie Foster on TV pretending. Not one bit different at all. I haven't seen you since 2013. I don't want to see you. I've made every effort not to see you. I don't like you. I'm not in love with you. You are a delusional wackadoo. At best. At best. This guy, does she want to date with him?
I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
No. Just talk.
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes and
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes.
In this country, Mr. Perry, when you force yourself on a woman against her will, it's called rape. Stalking is a crime in all 50 states. Peeping is a crime in all 50 states. Coercion, David, you're in the most trouble for coercion. You're the one, you and Calvin, you two have a big problem with interfering with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. You Charles, but you two are also in that, right in the middle of it. So I'd be very careful about doing that to me again. If I were you, I'd get out of my fucking phone. Because don't complain and y'all cry and whine and, oh, she found out again. Everybody's mad. She found out again. Everybody's mad. Okay, the goal is to make you stop since you won't do it by yourselves like big boys. You are breaking the law. You are causing the injury. You're not getting injured. Nobody's going where you are. You are coming where I am. David, I don't know you. Calvin, I don't know you. I didn't come here to pick a fight with you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Calvin, that I know of, I've never met you. So why are you picking one with me? And then you whine and complain when you guys get caught and when you guys get told on and you get all upset. But you know the deal. It's been this way for 7 years since the McNamara email. When you fuck with me, I have help you can't get to buy. They don't want your money, David. You've talked to them face to face and you didn't know that's who you were talking to. And if they wanted your money, they would have told you. They know who you are. They know exactly who you are. You're a danger to me. That's a problem for you. Charles, you are a rejected fail. You're just a rejected fail little bitch. You're pathetic and you need to move on. There's nothing there. I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. I've done everything I can to make what I want very clear, and it's not you. It will never be you. Come on. Stalking, hacking, and peeping are crimes. Women don't like it when you do that, so they're not going to like you. And at your age, how can you not know that? What kind of fucktard doesn't know that? It's illegal for a reason. You don't see all guys doing what you do, and they can get a fucking date. Didn't occur to you that maybe there's something wrong with what you're doing? I mean, come on with that. Nobody believes you anyway. You don't put a woman in jail and rip her from her family and cause her to lose her home 5 times and try to take her car away. It's as of this morning, you're typing in my phone, I'm going to have you arrested again. And do that. Every fucking day, it's some threat. You're going to take my home. You're going to take my money. You're going to take my property. You're going to take my car. You're going to do a false arrest. You found a way to make it work, you think. On and on and on. Day after day, it's threatening Charles, threatening Charles, threatening Charles, threatening Charles. That's not how you get anybody to like you. If you need a cover-up and you think you intimidate me enough, I'll finally lie for you, then that makes sense to what you're doing. I don't listen to anything people say. I look at their behavior. A lot of people say a lot of things, and they're full of shit. I want to see what people do. That's all I look at. What is he doing? I didn't kill Lucky. No, of course not. Of course you didn't kill Lucky. But you're witness tampering me like a motherfucker. So I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I'm looking at what you do, not what you say. You don't need to make me lie if I'm already lying. Do ya? You tried to kill me. You whisked me away to Lubbock on a fraud up on a court. You got 7 of those, right? At least. Where you went into court and you lied, or you imagined something that's not real. Which one is it? Are you delusional and you're imagining shit that's not real? Or did you just bold-faced lie? Or are you unable to identify what a date looks like, your legislative duties, what state you legislate in? I mean, you tell us. We can't speak for you. You tell us. Which one is it? Our shrink thinks you just don't know. That your mind is so deteriorated, you just have no idea. He never responds right to what she just said, ever. It's like he has no idea what she said. Never responds right. You got Huntington's disease? I don't like you. I think there is not one hot, sexy thing about you. There's a reason you are alone for 12 years. I don't know where Jackie is. Where's your wife, Jackie? Does she know you think you have 2 wives? You come up here and tell people we're married? And I'm like, wow, that's... What planet is that on? I don't think we are. I don't want anything to do with them. How do you go from, I don't like you, get away from me, to, oh, we're a couple? I mean, that's an awfully big delusional stretch there, Mr. Perry, even for you. So, you're coming where I am and causing injury to me in Oklahoma by way of stalking, hacking, and peeping. I've lost money. I've lost a whole lot of my time. I've lost, you're trying to starve me into a lie. That's illegal to do that. Mr. Perry, we all know, he acts like he thinks that's a trophy. Like, you have to tell him, no, sir, that's illegal. You can't do that. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to starve you into a lie. No, sir, that's illegal. You can't do that. You need a different attorney or a new brain. I don't know which one. Maybe both. Does your attorney not sit you down and explain to you what witness tampering is or coercion? That you can't cause intentional duress on somebody and try to make them change their testimony? My court testimony is my testimony. I'm not going to change it. I've not changed my mind just because you won't leave me alone. Are you used to just bullying people into doing things your way? Is that what you're used to? And it's different this time, though. When you have to say the words, never seen that happen before, never happened before, never before, you have a new normal. You have a new normal. That's just the way it is. We have a before COVID and an after COVID. You either keep up and pivot, or you can fall. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Get the fucking vaccine or don't get the fucking vaccine. Get the mask or don't wear the mask. Go. I mean, go jump in a pool there's things that we all had to change so that we didn't all get sick. That's the new normal. That's the way things were. It's starting to go back to a different way now, but there's still things that will never go back to the way they were before. Not completely. You can either get real or get lost. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not your babysitter. I'm not your mother. I'm not your special ed teacher. I'm not your nurse. And I really don't appreciate you imposing this on me. I really don't. I don't like you. I don't know what kind of mental problems you've got. I don't like them being imposed on me or my family. Now, once again, I dare you again. You call my family up when I text them, and you tell them what they're allowed to say or not to say, and that they have to report to you when I text them or call them. She called. What do I say? Do it one more time. I dare you. One more time. Do it again. I get that you want to isolate me because you like to do the brainwashing, gaslight thing to your victims. And it doesn't work on me, does it? What happens? We get recordings of you telling my family to do that. And you piss us all off. You pissed us all off. Guess what? We don't need a babysitter. We don't need a babysitter. I don't like you, Charles. You're not to be in my life. I never would have brought you around my family. In this country, you don't act like you act. It's breaking the law. You go to jail. Just because you bought off some cops around here, I don't care. From day one, when I got here, I already had other cops helping me. I didn't need them at any point. I didn't need them. I have cops from someone else. I told Lucky the same thing. I got help from somewhere else. You can help me or not. I don't care. Help her get out of my way. Here's the thing. This guy's hurt a lot of people. He's ruining lives. Bad. Ruining them. We're not going to let that happen. Why would anyone let that happen? Why would you? So, I mean, it's just like that. It's that simple. There's other cops on you that aren't going to take your money. You're not wanted, Charles. You're told on. You're not wanted, Charles. You're told on. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. Try to understand me. You're not wanted, sir. You're never going to get a date with me, sir. You make my skin crawl. I've said the same thing for 12 years. No. I don't like you. I don't want a thing to do with you. I've moved twice to get away from you. I've sued you 3 times trying to get a judge to make you leave me alone. You buying your way out didn't change what I want at all. I don't like you. You're just nasty. You are the most gross, nasty person I've ever met. There's no secret. You're watching me in my house. And, you know, if I do things in my own home where you're watching me against my will, that's not a secret message for you. There's no secret hints for you. You're seeing things I don't even intend you to see at all, much less take wrong. I mean, you look like a whack job. Surely even you know that. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't. So today, because, again, you just went at me and went at me and went at me and went at me and fucked with my food delivery apps and fucked with my food delivery apps and fucked with my money and fucked with my, and everything's a thing and everything's a problem. Guess what? We got more because everybody got mad. Including, we heard y'all talking about how mad y'all were. Well, good. We did something right. I guess we got it right. They're all pissed. Bad guys don't like getting caught. So if they're mad, surely you're not the crowd we're trying to please. You're the crowd we want. If we made you mad, good. Then we got something right. You're the bad guy. You're the one committing a crime. You're the one causing an injury, and you're doing it on purpose. You do a lot of things that you do. You think you're gonna intimidate me into something. Is that what you're trying to do? She won't just like me, so I'm gonna force her. And Fabian told you that you're trying to force her into something she don't want to do. She don't want to be in anything with you. And I don't. I've made that very, very clear. There should be no confusion at all. You sit around and bullshit yourself. You look ridiculous. You look like a buffoon. I've already said that. So if you guys were all mad today because Charles typed in my phone, we're gonna have you arrested today. Yeah, that's his fault. He likes to intimidate me. I don't know what he thought that would do. I go, oh, you want me to start crying? You gonna arrest me today? You threaten me with that every fucking day. I mean, it gets to a point where you're just like, okay, whatever. All right, whatever. You threaten me with that every day. We've talked about it. It's been discussed. It's ad nauseum. Everybody knows Charles Perry's trying to do a false arrest again. Cynthia won't go out with him. He's trying to force her into it. So he thinks he's going to lock her up and do a false arrest and get his little smear campaign that he wants, for his campaign. And then everybody will go, oh, yes, we believe you. Sure. And I'm sorry, everybody's way past that point, sir. I mean, you're really off your nut if you think anybody believes you at this point. They really don't. They did the first false arrest. Every inmate in that jail was telling me he's going to harass you, and then when you complain about it, he's going to say you're harassing him. Everybody in that jail knew it. Everybody, a lot of those girls and those people that worked there got pissed off about it, and they went home and they told all the neighbors. I'm telling you, all of Lubbock knows what you're doing. No, you're not fooling anybody. I mean, if anybody's being fooled by this, I have oceanfront property in Arizona. I would love to sell you. But I'm sorry. I think Charles is bullshitting himself again, and he thinks everybody believes him, and they truly do not. if we know what you're saying, Mr. Perry, we got our ear to the ground in a whole lot of places. I assure you, they don't believe you. They want you to shut up. I told you guys that already. You got a lot of people telling you, oh yeah, I believe you. Because if the second they start going, yeah, I don't believe you, because then they're going to have an argument, and now you're wasting their time. Now you're insulting their intelligence. And I know what I did when I was living in Lubbock, and what I do now if someone's bullshitting me is I will absolutely pretend I believe. Oh, sure, yeah, I get it. Because I don't have time to argue with somebody who's going to stand there and look me in the face and lie. I will pretend I'm going to go along with this. I'll say whatever the fuck you want to hear so that you'll shut up and I can go do something else. Because you are acting like you think I'm stupid, and that's fine if you want to think that, but don't waste my time. I've got other shit to do. And I'm not going to say, oh, I don't believe you because, and then we have an argument here, and now I'm looking at my watch. What time is it? Okay, now you're taking up 10, 15, 20 minutes of my day, and I don't have day for that. I don't have it. So I promise you, Mr. Perry, there's a hell of a lot of people that you talk to and Matt Powell talks to that don't believe a word you say. They weren't born yesterday. They're not stupid. A lot of people knew me. Remember, I worked in Lubbock for 3 years before I met you and before you ever popped out of your rock and decided to run for office. Okay, so I had developed rapport and relationships with a whole lot of people in that town before you just popped out of nowhere and decided to lie about me. So, what I was told was everybody's really kind of sick of it. That they knew what you were doing and they were just sick of it. So, you want to run for something in that town, do what you do. That's fine. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. You're no different than any small town podunk, nobody, elected person in any other state where I don't live. You don't matter. The only thing you matter is when you cause me a loss, or you cause me an injury, or you've defamed me, or you've slandered me, or you've gone into a court of law and lied about me, or to media and lied to me, when you've caused me to lose my